The very interesting thing, actually, we are going to talk with you about scanning. So, what is scanning itself? I'm very sure that you heard a lot about skimming and scanning. Actually, these are the skills of very fast reading. Scanning and skimming helps you not to read the whole text, but only read those parts, those sentences, those words, those ideas that will help you to find the answer to the concrete question. So, in order to realize what is scanning, just remember how scanner is working. So, how it works. So, you put the sheet of paper, yes, close it, press the button, and it starts moving very quickly, and as a result, it makes an electronic or let's say paper version, like copy, hard copy or electronic copy of the material that you placed over there. So, while using scanning technique in your reading, exactly is the same. You are going quickly look through the text in order to find out only the needed material, the needed information. In order to realize how it works, please have a look at page 6, exercise number 2. What you should do now, find the words Seychelles and desertification and underline them. Okay, so I'm giving you just 5 seconds, I hope will be enough. Find the words Seychelles and desertification. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have you found? Okay, great. So, how do you think? Why can you see the word Seychelles so easily? Why? Because it's written from capital letter, yes. And what about the word desertification? Can you see it as easily? No. And why? Because it is not written from the capital letter and because it's quite a long word, right? So, what is actually scanning? So, how do you think? So, exercise 2. Letter A, let's answer these questions. Why can you see the word Seychelles easily? Choose a reason. Because it's written, yes, because it has a capital letter. Is it a large word? No. Is it important that it is located in the middle or in the beginning or in the end of the text? No. What about the last one? Because you don't have to look for the meaning. Was it really important for you? What does this word mean? No. As you see, it's written from the capital letter, realize that this is some name, this is some title. The same happens actually while scanning in the text. According to our, let's say, Soviet Union, I would say, taught skills, when we read, we cannot do reading if we do not understand the meaning. When we do scanning, actually, we ignore the meaning of the words. You are just looking for some specific words. Okay? So, and this word desertification, it's quite very long word. It's not written from the capital letter. And you have what? You have the idea, you have the meaning of this word in your mind. And while looking for this word, you already look for some particular meaning. So, what is scanning? So, exercise 3 at page 6. Okay? When you scan a piece of text, you look over it to find one word or phrase. Not to understand the whole text. You're just looking for the particular words. Which of the suggestions from A to G do you think are most helpful for scanning? Okay, I'll give you a minute to have a look and try to fulfill this task. So, what is really important? How do you think? Look only for specific words or phrases. Look for each word or phrase in turn. Look at every word in the text. Try not to think of the meaning as you scan. Use a pencil to guide you. Underline the words when you find it. Think of the meaning of the words you are looking for. I hope that you have ticked those that you feel correct ones. So, let me help you. So, when we do scanning, first of all, we look only for specific phrases. We do not read. We try not to think of a meaning while we do scanning. We ignore the meaning of the text, because when you start follow the meaning, follow the ideas, you start do classical reading and you waste a lot of time. Use a pencil to guide you. You know what happens? You're working with a text. Doesn't make sense whether you pass computer delivered or paper based exam. So you're looking on the paper or on the computer screen. So you try to find some specific word, and suddenly something happened. I don't know, maybe let's imagine the situation. You're looking, and then happens like or something else. People start creating different crazy noises that really disturb you, and you just and then and you lost. Yeah, and you start over again from the very beginning. So use a pencil to guide you. And of course, underline the word as soon as you find it in order not to look for it once again. Okay? So, I hope that you understood how scanning is different from classical way of reading and why it is so important. So, do not follow the meaning, just use a pencil to guide you, yes? As well, we are looking only for the specific words and phrases, and we need to underline the word as we find it. So now it's your time to work. Exercise 4, page 7. So here you see the text. Deforestation and desertification, actually very related to the ideas that we discussed in the very beginning of the lesson. In the box you see different words like zone, marginal, steadily trapped, and so on and so forth. So what do you have to do right now? So you are going to look for these words in the text. So the box below contains words and phrases from this text, deforestation and desertification. Now, you're going to use scanning technique only. So, scan the text and find these words in the text. Actually, the first word has already been underlined for you. The word zone is already found, yeah, in paragraph A in the first line. Like the Sahel zone, the word zone is underlined for you. Now it's your time to work, so you're going to have 2 minutes to find all these words and underline them. Okay, let's practice. Have you finished? It's time to check. So now I will provide you a picture with correct answers, and you will have some time to check yourself. So here we go. Okay, let's move further. Next page, page 8, exercises 5, 6, 7, and 8. So you should practice all these exercises as your home task. Why? Because in fact, I would say you that just having look at the pictures from 1 to 5 at page 8, you will realize that there are actually several ways of scanning. So this actually it gives you the idea that our brain actually is different. It works differently. So for some of you, technique number 1 will be convenient, number 2, 3, but the most frequently used are techniques number 4 and 5. It means from left to the right, from left to the right, from left to the right, or from right to the left and back, from right to the left and back. Yes. So these are two the most let's say mostly used techniques for scanning, but try to use all of them. Try to practice these exercises in order to realize maybe some of this technique is more convenient for you. Now let's move further. Why do we need scanning technique? Why it is so needed? Actually, scanning technique is used in 2 types of tasks. We are going to discuss with you about 13 different types of questions, 13 different types of tasks for the reading section. Today we're going to discuss with you 2 of them, that is sentence completion and true false not given. We're going to start from sentence completion task. So guys, I do love to provide any technique, like any strategies, like the action plan. It means that if you follow my plan, you do just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you get the answer. So my recommendation is to learn all these strategies, all these techniques that I do give to you, learn by heart and use them. So now we're going to have a formula. We are going to practice this formula, and as your home task, you are going to practice this formula over and over again, till the moment you feel yourself like a professional, that you can use these techniques easily. You just opened a text, the task, and quickly manage, for example, 5 questions, 5 minutes, 7 questions, 7 minutes. Believe me, you will achieve this level. It's just a matter of practice. Okay, now we're let's have a look at this slide. So sentence completion task, what is the strategy and what should we do, how, and blah 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 blah. So I would like you to memorize this rule number 0. Rule number 0. Every time, first of all, read the task. Read the task. Read the task, guys. Every time I'm going to repeat it. Why it is so important? Because being very nervous during the exam, some of you start doing the next thing. It is just starting reading the text. The classical thing that we did at school. So we have a task. First of all, we read the text and then we answer questions under this text. Do you remember from the school time? IELTS, it's completely different. Why? Because first of all, it's, let's say, Western exam. It came to us from Europe, and it means that tasks over there constructed completely differently. Okay? So, sentence completion. Please have a look at exercise 9 on page 8. This is exactly sentence completion task. So, you see different sentences with missed words. So it means that these gaps we have to fill in. Okay, so what is the strategy? So read the task. After that, identify the part of the speech of the word from the gap. So have a look at the gap and try to think what is a part of the speech hidden over there. Is it a noun, a verb, an adjective, a participle, or whatever? Yeah. Number 2, define the keywords from the task. You are going to ask me keywords. What are they? So keywords are numbers, dates, names from the text, nouns which describe the topic, specific phrases that are about the topics, words which have few or no synonyms. So we're going to work with you with the text deforestation and desertification, that at page number 7. So deforestation and desertification is the topic of the text we're working with. So what we're planning to do in exercise 9. So first of all, you look at the gap, realize what is the part of the speech, and after that underline the keywords. Mostly they are names, like let's say name is Anar Kairatovna, or name is Nursultan, or name of the country is Kazakhstan, or Seychelles, it's also a name, RLC name, Sirdarya name, right? So not only people's names, but also some names like titles. Date, like for example 2020. Is it easy to find this word in the text? Easily, no need to think of the meaning. We can quickly find this word, like this number. Or 20%, 75%. Is it easy to find? Very easy. Yeah? A desert. Is it easy? Easy. Because you know that the main idea of the text is like deforestation and desertification. So you, of course, realize that these words will be met in the text very, very frequently. Okay? So you find the keywords in every particular sentence in the task and underline them. Next step. You are going to look for the keywords in the text and underline them. So exactly those words that you underline it in the task, you are going to look for the same words in the text or their synonyms. But the word, for example, 75%, does it have many synonyms? No. One hint. It may happen that in the task it's written using numbers, in the text it's written using words, or vice versa. It's like a trick. So you found the keywords in the task, then in the text, underline them. Then you need to compare the sentences from the task and from the text. It means that you are going to read only those sentences that are written in the task, and those sentences including needed keywords that you found in the task. You are going to look for these keywords, and after that read the sentences with these keywords only, and then find the missing words. So you're gonna say, it's so simple in theory. Let's see how it's going to be in practice. So what we're going to do, so as we've discussed, so we read the task. It says sentence completion. Read sentences from 1 to 6 taken from a sentence completion task. Decide whether the missing words are adjectives or nouns. So kind of additional hint for you. In most cases, missed words are either adjectives or nouns. Prepositions and verbs are not missed. So do not worry, actually you don't need to look for participles, prepositions or something else. They are too hard to be found in the text. So adjectives or nouns. So first of all, define part of speech of the missing words. Okay, so here are 6 sentences. Let's do that together. The climate of the Seychelles is described as. Is described as. What kind of words do we use to describe something? Adjectives. Good. Number 2. In some areas of the Seychelles, there has been no rainfall for more than. More than. What we are waiting for here? Yeah. Some period. Yes. More than 20 years, 40 years, 10 years. So it's going to be a Noun. Number 3. Desertification is caused by overgrazing, but this in turn is due to the pressure from. So, one more good recommendation for you. When you see a combination preposition plus gap, 100% over there is missed noun. Because we do not say from ran, from jump, from sit, on built, or in Russian it sounds even more crazily like в прыгать, на бегать, у учить, из стоять. Sounds really crazy, right? So, preposition plus noun. Number 4. When trees are cut down, the soil is affected, which leads to the death of the surrounding. So, the combination article, adjective, gap, of course, noun. We do not use adjective plus adjective, yes? Moreover, then goes dot. Next one. So, the consequences of the loss of topsoil cannot be reversed, but they are gap. They are what? They are what kind? Cannot be reversed, but they are an adjective, right? And the last one. Looking after trees reduces the consequences of a lack of, we already discussed with you, preposition plus noun. Moreover, one more hint about the verb to be. After the verb to be, in the most cases, located what? An adjective, yes? For example, she is beautiful. She is smart. She is intelligent. Oh, I'm very sorry. So, we do not say something like she is, yeah, by the way, we can say she is a woman, yeah, but in most cases, adjectives go over there, but both can be used, adjectives or nouns, not any other parts of speech. Okay, so now we are going to move further. Let me give you some more recommendation. Let's have a look at this slide. How to define part of speech of the missing words. So, adjectives are used with nouns, adjectives plus noun. Beautiful lady, long river. Prepositions. After prepositions, we see either nouns or gerunds. We don't have this part of speech in Russian or Kazakh language, but in English we do have gerund. Actually, if we ask a question, it's going to answer the same question, like what table, what reading. So in fact, it's like the same, like from Austria. Articles plus noun or a noun phrase. What is noun phrase? An adjective plus noun. Yes, for example, over the last years. Have, has plus participle to, because it is what? Perfect tense, like, right? Have gone, have done, have taught, have discussed. To be plus either participle to or participle one, like was increased, passive voice, or was spreading, let's say past continuous. Okay, good. So we've already found with you, defined with you part of speech. Now it's time to do what? Find and underline the keywords in the task, then in the text on page 7. So I'll give you, first of all, let's say just 2 minutes. Yes, 2 minutes to underline the keywords in the task. Okay, can you manage with it? Okay, let's practice. Okay, let's have a look at the slide and check. Yeah, number 1, the climate of the Sahel. Number 2, in some areas of the Sahel, no rainfall. Number 3, desertification, overgrazing. Keep in mind names, dates, terms, those words that do not have synonyms or just few of them. Number 4, trees cut down and death. Number 5, the consequences of the loss of topsoil. Number 6, looking after trees and luck. These are the keywords from the task. Now we move to the text on page number 7, and we need to look for the same keywords or very close by the meaning keywords, underline them, and do what? After we have underlined them, we need to read the sentence and try to find the missing word in the task. In fact, do not expect that the sentence will be 100% the same. No, it will be paraphrased. Yeah, but the idea will be the same. Okay, now you have 2 minutes. I think that will be enough, or maybe about 3 minutes to find and underline the same keywords in the text. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's work now and check. Let's work together and check. So, number 1, we underlined with you words like the climate of the Sahel, yeah? And we see the sentence, the climate of the Sahel is described as. We are looking for the adjective. The climate of the Sahel is described as. So, Sahel, where do we see this word? in the first paragraph, right? In paragraph A. The Sahel zone, blah, 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 blah. We need to find the word like the climate of Sahel is described as. So then we read the next sentence, line number 2 and 3. The word Sahel comes from Arabic and means marginal or transitional. And this is a good description, yeah, described of these semi-arid lands which occupy blah, 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 blah. A good description of semi-arid lands, yes? The climate over there, lands over there, described how? As semi-arid. The mixed adjective is semi-arid. Next one. In some areas of Sahel, there has been no rainfall. Some areas of Sahel, no rainfall. Yeah? So, we start checking the text. Some areas of Sahel, no rainfall. So, by the way, do you remember I've discussed with you there may be synonyms used? Yes? So, no rainfall, some areas of Sahel, more than, so we need some period of time. So, let's check paragraph B. We see Sahel lands, yes, some areas of Sahel lands, blah, 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 deterioration, blah, 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 blah. Sahel region, in parts of the Sahel regions. Please check line 11. In parts of the Sahel regions. Some areas of Sahel, parts of Sahel region. Let's read this sentence. Droughts have become more prolonged and more severe. The most recent lasting over 20 years in parts of the Sahel region. So, droughts and no rainfall are the same words. Drought means no water, no rainfalls. Засуха, right? Lasting for more than 20 years. The answer is 20 years. Yes, next one, number 3. By the way, what I would like you to pay attention to, that the task says to us using no more than 2 words. So, 20 years, that's okay. Semi-arid, that's okay. On the table, 3 words, not okay. Yeah, that is why rule number 0, read the task very carefully. Okay, let's move further. Number 3, desertification is caused by overgrazing. Yes, so keywords over here. Desertification, overgrazing. But this in turn will due to the pressure from desertification, overgrazing, pressure from. So we need to check desertification, overgrazing, pressure from. So, and paragraph C, yes, line 15 and 16. One of the major causes of the desert advance, yes, desert advance, desertification, is poor agricultural land use driven by the pressure of increasing population. Yeah. So, desertification is caused by overgrazing, and it is said major cause of desert advanced is poor agricultural land use. So, overgrazing, poor agricultural land use, and this is by the pressure from increasing population. Great. Next, number 4. Trees are cut down, death of surrounding something. Trees are cut down, death of surrounding something. So, trees are cut down, we need to check it. Death of surrounding something. Yes, surrounding what? We need to check. Trees are cut down. So, the answer is in paragraph D. Another cause of desertification is loss of tree cover. Trees are cut down, loss of tree cover. Yes, trees are cut down for use as fuel, that to clear land for agricultural use. Trees' roots help blah 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 bring together, conserve moisture, provide habitat, other plants, and attention. When trees are cut down, the soil begins to dry and loosen. Wind and rain erosion increase. Other plant species die. the death of surrounding what? Plant species. Good. Number 5. Consequences of the loss of topsoil cannot be reversed, but they are. Consequences cannot be reversed, but they are. So we need to find where the information about consequences of the loss of topsoil written. Yeah. So we're looking for the consequences. Results. By the way, while looking at the keyword, and if you see that this is commonly used word, it means that it has a lot of synonyms. So think of consequences, effects, results. Yeah. How can it be used as well? So the effects of loss of topsoil and increased drought are irreversible. Yes. Cannot be reversed. Irreversible. Is it the same idea? Yes. So information is hidden somewhere here. But they are, however, preventable. So cannot be reversed, but they are, however, they are preventable. So the answer is they are preventable. Okay. And number 6. Looking after trees reduces the consequence of lack of. Looking after trees reduces the consequence of lack of. So looking after trees, how it can be used in the text. Yes. Looking after trees. So careful conservation of tree cover. Yes. And sustainable agricultural land use have been shown to halt deterioration of soil and lessen the effect of shortage of rainfall. Yes, looking after tree cover, careful conservation of tree cover. Is it the same? Looking after tree, careful conservation of tree cover. Yeah, exactly the same. Sustainable agricultural land, effects of shortage of, lack of. Yes, shortage, lack, synonyms. Lack of what? Lack of rainfall. So the answer is rainfall. So let's summarize what we did. So we read the task. So choose no more than 2 words from the passage. Yes, it says no more than 2 words. So we were like, no more than 2 words. That is sentence completion task. What is the algorithm? Yes. Rule number 0, read the task, we did it. After that, find and underline. After that, first of all, look at the gap and, yes, try to understand, try to realize what is a part of speech. So define the part of speech of the gap. Find and underline the keywords in the task. Find and underline the keywords in the text. Read those sentences with the same keywords or with their synonyms. Yes? Read carefully, check and find the missing words. Number 5. Is it simple? I think yes. Just is a matter of practice. So that's all for sentence completion. Now we're planning to move to true, false, and not given. Okay? Are you ready?